Insurance is one of those things you don't want to shop for, but you sort of have to. If you want to protect your home, your car, and you definitely don't want to be talking to an insurance agent about this problem right here if you don't have insurance ahead of time. That is why Christopher Cook from Alliance Insurance Services is here to answer your questions about insurance. If you have questions about insurance ranging from home to car to flood insurance, all you have to do is text them to 336-379-5775, and you can also see that number right there at the bottom of your screen. Now, I want to tell you that he's here to answer all the questions you might have, including one that I am very curious about. If you think your bill is too high, what can you consider cutting back on? You there, sir? Can you hear us?
Yes, sorry, my internet went out, so I'm back with you. Apologize for that.
No problem. So if you think your bill is too high, where can you consider cutting back?
You can look at your deductibles first and foremost. If you're carrying, say, a $250 deductible, you could potentially raise your deductible to $500 or $1,000. There's discounts out there that customers may or may not be aware of that they can talk to their insurance carrier about. Multiple policy discounts. Some companies have a paid in full discount, so paying for 1 year rather than on a monthly rate, you could receive a discount for that. Some companies have an electronic bill or electronic document discount. So there's some discounts you can search out as well.
One question we've had before is, can you just have liability insurance? Do you really need comprehensive insurance on your car?
You know, that's totally up to you. It depends on the value of the vehicle. I certainly wouldn't recommend an older vehicle or a vehicle that's super high mileage to have comprehensive and collision insurance. It's just a matter of what is that vehicle's value to you. Typically around the 10-year mark is when we start looking at and recommending with customers to consider dropping the collision and the comprehensive coverage.
I heard a good trick though, that if you do drop that comprehensive coverage, put that money into a savings account for a new car in case you're going to need one eventually.
That is a great suggestion because something eventually is going to happen. That's true.
Also, if you have questions, let us know. Just text us, 336-379-5775. One question that a lot of people have in this area is about flood damage. Whenever it rains a lot, it seems like there's some flood issues. Can anyone buy flood insurance here?
Yes, everybody in the state of North Carolina, everyone in our country can purchase flood insurance. And you're right, spring is coming, and we will certainly get some heavy rains and heavy storms, and people will start talking about it. In our area, say the Greensboro region, most flood insurance policies are in the $400 a year range. So the policy is certainly affordable for most of the folks in your viewing area.
Is it something that you actually need though? How do you know?
Well, I'd start by asking if you want your stuff replaced. Heaven forbid there's a flood. A couple years ago, we talked to Tanya about the fact that Greensboro has the same likelihood of flooding as San Antonio, Texas. And it wouldn't take but a quick Google search to see how much rain and how badly San Antonio was damaged by heavy rains just in the last 4 or 5 years. So our area certainly has the propensity to could be flooded. And for $400 a year for a $200,000 worth of flood protection, I certainly find value in that. There are flood maps in our state that will lay out for you the likelihood of flood. The problem with that, I pause to suggest folks to look into that because over 50% of flood damage is in an area that would be considered a non-flood zone. And so you have to be careful of that.
Wow, that is a really eye-opening statistic there. Coming up, we are talking about so much more storm damage, including we have a question about if trees fall, your neighbor's tree on your house, who pays for it? And about renter's insurance, what is that going to cover? We'll talk about all that and other questions of yours. Keep texting them in. We'll be right back.